All right. Welcome to another episode of Bold in Belief, the official podcast of the National Association of Christian Patriot Educators. My name is Mike Cunningham. I'm here with Wes Morris. How
How's
you
it
doing,
going,
sir?
everyone?
And our special guest, Miss Hannah Morris. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Just excited. We're back. We kind of took April off. I didn't notice that. I had a few people asking if we were still on, and it's just been it was a kind of a busy month, but we are back with a awesome episode. We're really excited about it. Yeah, I was shocked that people were actually watching this. So I got a few questions if we were still rolling or not. Absolutely. We just it's just busy
Yeah, we're
time of
still
year for
here.
all educators. Everybody's busy right now. So here we are in May, and we're trying to finish strong. And so we thought it'd be a great time right in the middle of everything to have another podcast. Hannah, we're glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Hannah, just to start off, what do you teach and how long have you been teaching for?
I currently teach sixth grade math, and this is my sixth year teaching.
Wow, 6 years. That's a long
Yes.
time. You're sticking with math. That's pretty cool.
Yes. Yes, definitely. It is challenging, but rewarding at the same time.
Absolutely.
Do you enjoy middle school kids?
There's days.
Bless your heart. That's awesome. Well,
Yes.
we're going to give you some questions, Hannah. Would you mind answering for us? Tell us your thoughts.
Absolutely. Yep.
Cool. First off, thank you for being a member to the NACPE. We love you. We're glad you're here. It's tough. It's a tough job, especially where we're at nowadays, in the classroom and what's going on in social media in the world. And that's kind of why we started all this. We've seen changes, and we really want to, you know, band together, join educators that are like-minded, that are Christians. They love America and want to do an excellent job in the classroom. And I know that's you, so thank you. Um, so to kick it off, first question for you, Hannah. What first drew you into teaching, and what keeps you passionate about it?
For a long time in school, I actually struggled a bit with academics, especially in reading classes. That's why I teach math. And I always had teachers that just like pushed me to be better. They didn't give up on me, even though, I was one of the lower students in those reading classes, and they just pushed me to be better. But I didn't know for a long time that I wanted to be a teacher. And I don't think I really figured it out until I was a junior in high school. And I took a education and training class, and I was able to go to elementary schools and just help students. And I was able to see how those teachers were just impacting those kids every single day. And what really, really just kind of was the cherry on top of me choosing it was my dance coach in high school, just the impact that she left on me and just pushed me to be better every single day. I just really was like, this is what I want to do. And I knew I was put on this earth to make a difference. I just didn't know how I was going to do it.
Mhm.
So I thought to myself, okay, well, what better way I could do is to educate kids and just to be that person for them, sometimes when they don't have that person at home. And what keeps me passionate about it is, especially teaching math, being able to see that light bulb moment in the classroom. And because I have a ton of kids that come in every single year, I hate math. I hate it. It hates me. I'm not good at it. I'm not a math person. And I always tell them, like, you could be a math person. All you got to do is do math and just be a person. It's not, it's not hard. And I have a sign on my classroom that says that. And just to grow the confidence, they don't have to be amazing at it, but they show up and they try
Mm.
every single day. And just seeing that growth just kind of pushes me to still be passionate about it.
I love that. I love your passion on that. I love coaches. You said light bulb moment, and that can be in the classroom, that could be on the field or the court. That's man, that's awesome. That's powerful. Um, if you've done this this is a calling. This is not something that to be in education that most people are like, "Ooh, I love the hours or the pay, and I love kids, and I want to ask them to do something they don't want to do." But I love your story. That's awesome, Hannah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just great to have a teacher come on and get to learn a little bit more about what makes them passionate to be a teacher. Because like you said, Mike, it's not about the pay, it's not about the hours, it's about the impact that you get to make. And that's what it's all about, really. And that also kind of leads us into the second question we want to ask you
Thanks.
tonight, which is, So how does your Christian faith shape the way you approach education and just showing up for the kids every day? How does that aspect of being a Christian play into this?
I'm very grateful to just be able to wake up every day, and I'm grateful just to be alive every single day. And I try to live life to the fullest. And, there's going to be hard days, and then there's also
Mhm.
going to be good days. And, you come into that classroom and you're setting that foundation for them, right? And, those kids might see you more than they see their own family, parents, whoever they live with at home. So
Yes.
if you can just be that, small little positive in their day, like that's what
Yeah.
keeps me going. And that's how I approach it. And that's how I want to show up for my students. And obviously, yeah, there's gonna be bad days. And there's gonna be days where, they annoy me and things like that. But if I can turn it into just laughing and be like, okay, let's just get through this, guys. Like we got this, and
Mm,
just keep moving forward. Um, and just you're still holding them to high standards,
mm.
but showing compassion and love at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's a big part of being a good educator in general. So that's just a really cool thing. So thank you for sharing that.
I think that's absolutely displaying your faith of showing compassion and being there and showing them that you care. We were at a store just the other day checking out, and I'm pretty sure the man checking us out was probably 100 years old. And he asked us, how's your day going? Oh, it's going pretty good. How's yours? Oh, if it's going fine. I've been through good and bad days. And he said, if you're waiting around for good days, you're gonna miss them. You gotta make that day. You gotta make that day great. So,
Mhm.
I think your presence in the classroom, being around the kids, being positive and showing that you care about them and your faith just kinda glows type deal. I think they can really see the kids, they can read you like a book. They're no
Yeah.
they
Yes.
just speak the truth and they can read you, so yeah, that's
Yes,
awesome. I
definitely.
wish you were my math teacher when I was in school. That probably would have helped me out a little more, right? So, all right, on to the next. I know you've been to a couple of different schools, so you've seen some different environments, different clientele, different everything, right? City, small town, big town.
Yes.
Have you noticed differences across different school districts and how welcoming they are toward people of faith?
Most definitely. In the more rural districts, in rural areas, especially, I feel like faith is more openly respected as far as just kind of not be, I guess, being open with it.
Mhm,
It's not like I'm talking about it, with my students. I know not to do that, but more of just like having that presence in faith. I'm not worried, hey, if I'm going to wear a shirt that has a Bible verse on it, I'm not worried about it.
mm,
Or if I wear a cross, necklace, I'm not worried about it. I feel like I have the freedom to just wear that. And of course, you know, if the kids want to have a conversation about it, that's great. But in the more urban districts, I feel like if a kid ever, brought that up in the classroom, I was very scared to have that conversation
mhm,
with them just because I knew how others viewed faith in the classroom.
mhm,
Um, so I think there's a huge difference for sure. And I think just picking the school that does openly support it would be best, and just not, they don't really say, hey, you can't do that, or hey, you can't wear that. Just being like, you be you, don't force
mhm,
it to the kids, but, you know, just be yourself. And I feel like where we're at right now, that's how I feel. I can just be myself. I don't have to
mhm.
like hide that from anybody.
Why the double standard, right? Why is that?
Mhm.
Why does a teacher have to battle an educator have to battle that? Again, that's why it's called bold in belief. You gotta be bold in what you're doing every day. And
Mhm.
I was told that, um, if we have to bow down or shy away from that, that's not the place I wanna be. It's not where
Right.
I need to be, it's not what I'm here to do. Again, like you said, if a kid wants to have a discussion, absolutely, but we're not forcing it on. And you've been in many districts, I have as well. Um, I mean, the silent majority is out there. The teachers, educators,
Mhm.
administrators that walk the walk, that live in faith. Um, they're out there. You're not alone.
Yeah. There was actually a, time where I couldn't even, I wanted to put a Christmas tree in my room for
Right.
Christmas a couple
Right.
years back, and they told me that if I did that, I couldn't call it a Christmas tree. So I had to call it something else. I had to,
A math
so
tree.
I made it into a snowflake tree. We all made snowflakes. We put snowflakes on it. So, because they said it'd be offensive, but
But other
you know,
but
every
other
year
other stuff's
yeah,
acceptable, I'd imagine, right? That's okay. Like I said, double
right,
standard. Why do we have to fight
right.
that? Why can't we, anyway?
Yeah, that brings us into kind of the whole idea of what the NACPE is, just being a Christian patriot educator. And because we live in a time where some things are definitely more encouraged in public school systems that we see on social media and stuff all the time, that's why the NACPE is great because it's allowing Christians a voice, essentially, a membership program to be a part of that says, hey, I'm a Christian. I'm here to be the best educator possible, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what this podcast is, bold in belief.
No.
So that brings us into our next question for you, Hannah, which is, why do you think it's important for educators to have a strong moral character and background, such as being a Christian and or a patriot? Like, why is that important in the classroom?
Because being a Christian, I think it just shows your character and just being, again, that person that just they can look up to, right,
Mm,
as a person and maybe even a person of faith. And, you know, some kids might not know that I'm a Christian, but they might know that I'm a good person and like, hey, I want to be like her when I grow up.
Mm,
Even though, hey, I'm actually a Christian as well, you know, that might change their perspective a little bit. But it just provides a standard for right and wrong, and it just goes beyond, personal opinion and shaping cultural trends and things like that. And I'm just trying to I'm I'm trying to shape these kids just to be good people.
mhm.
Hey, maybe you don't understand math, but are you going to come out of my classroom to be a good person? Or, hey, did you learn a hard lesson today? Even if you didn't learn what this math problem was, are you coming out a better kid? And that's just the biggest thing, especially teaching middle school. They're always testing the boundaries. And I'm trying to be like, hey, this is how you be a better person. Like, do better and be better tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day.
And it could be the smallest thing, like
Hmm.
bold in your belief and having the authority in your classroom to stop things that are inappropriate. That, hey, when it's a pledge, we do the pledge every day, like most are supposed to. We're going to stand up and we're going to be moment of silence. We're going to have our hand on our heart. We're going to be silent. We're going to we're so lucky to live where we live,
yeah.
and it's the greatest place on earth, right? So yeah, I think
Yes.
being that role model, setting the example for young kids, young adults, they need it every day. They need to see the consistency, and hey, maybe we'll help them one or two at a time,
That's
right?
the goal.
That's what I think.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, all right. I got one more question for you. I know you've been on the hot seat. You've been doing fantastic. Glad you're here. If to close us out, if someone listening is a teacher, a parent, or just someone interested in faith and education, because there's a lot out there to kind of question, and a lot of it could be real, could be fake. What would be one piece of encouragement or wisdom you'd want to share out with them?
I mean, honestly, just be bold in who you are and just show up and show who you are to those kids and just be consistent with
Mm,
everything that you do and just keep pushing. If there's something pushing back, just push harder.
mm,
Um, parents just, pray for your kids and pray that they're having those teachers that are just trying to get them to be a good person. And show teachers showing up with excellence and love and just willing to push those kids just to be better and be good people. Um, it's hard in today's society, especially with, all the distractions on social
mm.
media for adults and kids, and just try to power through and just push through, like ignore all those things that are going on and just being bold in who you are as a person.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Every kid in your class is lucky. They don't even know how lucky they are uh, just to show up every day, whatever period they have you. They're like they should be singing in the hallways because they're headed to your class.
And I'm not perfect, I'm not perfect at all, and I have my days, and they
Hey,
know, they know when that day is one day, they're like, "Ooh, she's not having it today. Let's not push it," because everybody has those days, and um, I try to just make a difference in their lives, and I want to be that person and that teacher that they will remember after they graduate high school, and I just want them to think back like, "Dang, like, she really helped me during that time."
Mm, that's awesome, Hannah. I appreciate it. All right. Well, that's about all I got tonight. Again, I can't thank you enough for being here. You as well, Wes. Just remind your viewers, hey, we're back. Hey, we did another one. Here you go, folks. Please check it out. Like, follow us. You can follow us on Facebook, X, and we've got a YouTube channel coming soon. Shout out to John and Maven. They're our web people. Their team is awesome. They're working on our website constantly and really helping us along with all this. Can't encourage everyone enough. Hey, join. Check us out. Shoot us a comment or email. Let us know if you have any questions, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having me, I appreciate it.
All
Yeah.
good. You
Thank
have a
you.
great one. Yep. Bye bye.